What's going on? What's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live. And I just saw that I forgot to put up the Doge chart. Just give me a moment, guys. Just give me like literally 30 seconds, and I will have that Doge chart on the screen. so we can kind of just monitor the situation and keep things on the radar here. So just give me a moment. We'll have it restored. There we are. We are on the screen, if you know what I mean. Keeping it on the scene. What's going on, people? Welcome to Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele. It's great to have you with us tonight. And it is Tuesday. We are going up on a Tuesday in more ways than one, ladies and gentlemen. And we are going to get down to it, boppers. What a day. What an extraordinary day that we have seen transpired. As if yesterday wasn't enough incredible news to give us. Today, it was even more wild style, and it continues. Tesla now accepting Dogecoin forged merchandise. Of course, Elon Musk announcing that early this morning on Twitter, and that news has reverberated throughout the entire crypto world and throughout the mainstream media. And so it is certainly the talk of the town. And I am one of those people that believes that this is more than likely a precursor to full Dogecoin adoption with in regards to Tesla, wherein you will be able to purchase automobiles, full-on automobiles with Dogecoin. Now, I also think that Dogecoin specifically has such tremendous outpouring of support in its community, wherein I do think that once Tesla announces a specific date, mind you, of when people will be able to purchase Tesla gear, Tesla merchandise with Dogecoin, I think they're gonna be pretty pleased. I think Elon's gonna be pretty pleased with the outcome of that. I certainly will be spending some dog money to pick up some Tesla gear, and I would encourage all you guys as well. I think this is a tremendous opportunity that we've been given to really make quite a statement, and frankly, really show the world that we are ready for mass adoption in the retail space when it comes to Dogecoin. If we can do that, particularly through a company like Tesla, I think this will cascade all across various companies and great powers of influence. So we could really cause a cascading domino effect with this. So we've got the momentum, we've got the Doge momentum. There's a lot to be encouraged by, a lot to be excited about. If you could just press the like button before we get started, that really helps. It really goes a long way in helping to reach more people and working through those tricky YouTube algorithms. So if you could do that, really appreciate it. Also, if you're brand new here, I'd like to personally welcome you. You're watching Steven Steele Live, of course, Steven Steele, and I think we've got just an extraordinary community here, and I want you to be a part of it. So hit subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Hit all on that notification bell, and ascend with us to the moon, Mars, and beyond. Also, if you feel compelled to super chat anywhere throughout the duration of this program, that's hugely appreciated for all the time and efforts I put in streaming night after night. So thank you in advance for that. And also, I have a new announcement. But first, let me see who's in the chat. What an exciting day. Good evening, RW. We got 7-1, of course. Keith Evans, Hunter Wayne, Donna Tabuki. Welcome, Donna. Me and you, Bang Stun, Zombie Doge Army. Andy Shirley, welcome. Musty. Who else we got here? Emperor Doge, Stormer. Mike Tracy. Did I get everyone active? Oh, Antoinette, welcome back. Alan Schneider. A-Caps. And Low Roller. Wiling Out. And the list goes on, Great to see each and every one of you fine folks. What's up, Keith? Yes, Trucking All Day, starting things off right and out of sight. Put a little pep in my step with a $5 Make You Holler super sticker. Appreciate that, Trucking All Day. Appreciate that. Guys, I do have a special announcement. As of today, I've gone back and forth with the team. They reached out to me. I just wanted to make sure everything was cool and kosher, because I rarely do partnership things or anything like that. So I went back and forth with them for a bit, but everything checked out great, and we are good to go now. I have now started a partnership with Weeble, and most of you are probably familiar with Weeble. Weeble is a stock and crypto trading platform, and they worked out a deal with me for my partnership code, and my partnership referral link. partnership link that for a limited time up until the 23rd of this month, it's kind of insane. Like, I don't even know how they're able to do this, because normally it's 2 free stocks when you sign up through my partnership code, but right now you get 5 free stocks. And you get a wide range of stocks to choose from, through Google to Facebook to Snapchat, etc. And with upon registration and completion of registration, with any amount of deposit in your account, you could have 1 penny in there, $1 in there, and you'd qualify to get your 5 free stocks. I signed up for it myself under my own partnership code, so I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited to continue this partnership with Weeble, and Weeble also carries Dogecoin, which is also important to me too. So yeah, I mean, I think that technically that could be valued up to like $8,000 in worth. It's just wild to me, because typically that partnership code is worth you get 2 stocks for it, but for like a limited, because I'm just starting up with them, they want to help jumpstart this partnership with me, and for like through a holiday season scenario, you can get 5 free stocks through that. So be sure to consider taking advantage of that. That's just it just blows me away that they're even able to offer that. They must have it worked out where obviously the pros outweigh the cons, and the long-term value of people doing business with them. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited to be able to offer that to you guys. 7-1 says it's worth it, super easy to sign up to. Yeah, it took me about a little less than 10 minutes in totality, maybe that, if that. So yeah, I'm stoked about that. Just sent you a little Doge for Tipping Tuesday. Steele can't afford membership, but thanks for everything you do. Oh, thank you so much, Jimmy D. And I think a lot of people are really starting to use that third-party tipping app on Twitter right now. Sodoge? Does anybody know who the developer is behind Sodoge? I'm trying to find out. But thank you so much for that, Jimmy D. Appreciate that, man. Donna Tabuki coming in large in charge, bringing some big Doge energy with the $20 make you holler. Signing up tonight for Weeble. I love it. You guys, that's only for the next 9 days that you'll be able to take advantage of that. And then even at the 2 stocks you get, it's a really awesome deal. Even when they were doing partnerships, when Weeble would partner with particular content creators and channels, I always thought the 2 stock deal, free stock deal was really good, really competitive. 5 stocks, I honestly, I just can't believe that they're able to do that. So I would encourage you guys to take advantage of that. Again, that's viable and valid up until December 24th on Christmas Eve day. So yeah, I'm not going to spend any more time talking about that, but it's pinned at the top of the chat, guys. Easy breezy. Even if you just want to click the link at the top of the chat, open up a tab, come back to it later when you have time, after the show's done, whatever, I'd encourage you to do so. Anyway, obviously we got exciting stuff to talk about tonight. I'm in rare form tonight. I've got my vintage cowboy hat, and I'm doing it to it. Crypto cowboy style, coming at you guys, coming at you. We have an exemplary lineup in the and crew in the chat tonight. It's great to see the all-star Steele community lineup in the chat tonight. So yeah, obviously huge news here, and it continues just to spiral throughout the mainstream media. Everyone covering it, from Forbes to the New York Times to the Wall Street Journal to Benzinga to everyone you can think of under the sun. This one comes courtesy of Forbes, actually. Tesla will accept Dogecoin payments for some products and see how it goes, says CEO Elon Musk. Tesla is going to allow people to buy some of its branded products using cryptocurrency Dogecoin. Billionaire Elon Musk tweeted on Tuesday. The move that comes just months after the company briefly experimented allowing its customers to pay its electric cars with Bitcoin. Yes, indeed. In an interview with Time Magazine after being named Person of the Year, Musk said Dogecoin was the best cryptocurrency for transactions, as it encourages people to spend instead of hoarding as a store of value. Does this sound familiar, folks? Does this sound familiar? Let me read that one more time, because this should sound incredibly familiar to anybody who watches this show on a regular basis. Musk said Dogecoin was the best currency for transactions, as it encourages people to spend instead of hoarding as a store of value. The billionaire noted that even though it started as a joke, Dogecoin was better suited for handling large volumes of transactions. In comparison, Bitcoin, a not so good substitute for transactional currency, as its transaction volume was low and cost per transaction was high. Dogecoin's founder, Billy Marcus, seemed to endorse this opinion, tweeting that Musk, who co-founded PayPal, might know a little something about money. It's great to see Billy so fired up in the last couple weeks, particularly more than I've ever seen him fired up for Dogecoin before. It's just, we're having a lot of fun out here. We're moving forward. We're making progress. We're having fun together doing it. And that's what it's all about, folks. That's what it's all about. Slide Edge coming in with a $5 super chat. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I am worried I do not have enough Dogecoin. That's a entirely valid concern, my friend, but you got to do what's best for you and your personal finances. So I feel like in the same boat, frankly. Antoinette, 11 p.m. here. Got to get up at 4. Just want to stop and say, hey, Steven, check your phone at some point later. Hopefully I can hop on again soon. Sounds good, Antoinette, and thank you for that. Will do. Let's see. Again, Elon watches. We're in a very tight group. I have no doubt about it. 7-1. A few of you actually pretty convinced that Elon Musk watches this show on a semi-regular basis. That would be the biggest revelation of my life if that were to be found out. If he just gave me a sign. If he just gave us a sign, right? Elon, if you're watching, give us a sign. I think that's kind of on the lower probability, but you never know. Honestly, you never know, because Elon does interact with various members of the grassroots Dogecoin community through social media. So it wouldn't be outside of the realm of possibility, frankly. But I would be very surprised. Put it that way. I would be very surprised. Scott Herforth, I didn't even see a sneak in there. Marie Potter, good to see you as well. Anyway, Forbes went on to write, in March, Bitcoin rose to a then record high after Musk announced that the cryptocurrency could be used to purchase Tesla's electric vehicles. At the time of the announcement, the option was only available to buyers in the U.S. market, with plans of expanding to other countries later in the 2021. However, the electric car maker abruptly stopped accepting the currency in May after Musk expressed concern about high energy uses and carbon footprint, which, to the Bitcoin community's credit, has gotten a lot more under control. The greening of the mining process regarding Bitcoin has improved pretty significantly in a pretty short amount of time. So I do think that Elon's not only going to accept Dogecoin eventually for the to be able to purchase Tesla vehicles, but I think he's probably going to bring back Bitcoin in the fold there for an option as well. But I think he should do them separately, and I think he will make those announcements separately. Steven, did you become a Dogecoin millionaire today due to the Coinbase glitches? I became a zillionaire today due to those glitches. For those of you, you may have seen this through Coinbase, Coin Market Cap, and even if you're looking on your Trust Wallet, etc., you will see just ridiculous amounts in your portfolio. Unfortunately, it was just a glitch. I tried cashing out, folks. It didn't work. It didn't work. I actually had a bookmark in a story talking about that. I'm trying to look for it right now. Yeah, but it was definitely a glitch, and I don't know what to attribute it to, but I think a few heads are going to roll and some new hires are going to come in as a consequence. But it was really fun to see all those numbers. Ro Jogan says, I took good profits. Listen, folks, if you were able to take big profits off that incredible glitch, more power to you. More power to you. I know, at first glance, it only lasted a couple seconds, but I'm like, well, look at that. Maybe I can retire. But I figured that even without looking it up online, I knew something was askew. I knew that couldn't have been real. Either that or one of the small SHIT coins I invested in went, 6,000x in my sleep. I I have tried cashing out, and it just shows the regular amounts of very sobering reality there. But it was fun. People were posting their screenshots on Twitter and showing their amounts, and it was pretty wild style, guys. This one comes courtesy of Barron's. Barron's also reporting Dogecoin soars as Musk takes Tesla to make merchandise buyable with the currency. Cryptocurrency Dogecoin was surging Tuesday after Elon Musk said on Twitter that the electric vehicle company would make some merch buyable with Doge and see how it goes. Musk was named Time's 2021 Person of the Year. He told the magazine that blah, blah, blah. I think we know the rest of it. But this story has gone everywhere. It's gone completely viral everywhere. And that's not the only Elon story that's gone wild everywhere. Today was just an extraordinary day in all things related to Dogecoin and Elon Musk. Elon having an absolutely savage day, going all out on social media today, full-throated trolling and counterattacks against his enemies. I don't know how else to describe it. So Elon Musk trading barbs, having fun doing it in true trolling fashion. Most notably having a dust-up with Elizabeth Warren, right? With Elizabeth Warren. Elon Musk calls Elizabeth Warren Senator Karen after she claimed he is freeloading off of everyone else. Warren is not the first senator to find herself on the receiving end of a backlash from Musk. Musk took aim at Senator Warren, Democratic senator of Massachusetts, on Tuesday, referring to her as Senator Karen after she claimed he does not pay taxes and is freeloading off of everyone else. Let's change the rigged tax code, she said, so that the person of the year will actually pay taxes and stop freeloading off of everyone else, Warren wrote in a tweet attacking Musk. Stop projecting, Musk wrote in a response linking to a 2019 piece from political consultant Bradley Blakeman, which classified Warren as a fraud following her claims of Native American ancestry. You reminded me, this is a direct quote from, again, it's a direct quote from Musk. You remind me of when I was a kid at my friend's my friend's angry mom would just randomly yell at everyone for no reason, Musk added. Please don't call the manager on me, Senator Karen. Further responding to Warren's accusations that he does not pay taxes, Musk tweeted, and if you opened your eyes for 2 seconds, 2 and 2, you would realize that I pay more taxes than anyone in American history this year. Don't spend it all at once. Oh, wait. You already did. Musk added in another tweet, absolutely savage, going back to back to back to back to back. Wow. We've seen some spicy takes. We've seen some spicy trolling and dust-ups from Elon Musk on Twitter over the last couple years, but I have to say this probably takes the cake for the most explosive and the most entertaining of it. So it's just wild. Let's see what you guys have to say here in the chat. Elizabeth Warren has a book called Pow Wow Chow. She does not. I didn't even know that. Are you serious? A cookbook for sale. It's wild, but it's true. You can look it up. She called it Pow Wow Chow. Oh my gosh. I don't have anything to add to that. I mean, that's just the self-own. I just don't even have, it's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Whatever you think of the last president, I don't want to get into that because I know he's a very contentious character. People love him or hate him, and I get that. I understand that. But you have to admit that footage of him honoring and giving an award to some OG Native American veterans. And he said something like, but we have a sitting United States Senator. We call her Pocahontas. But you guys are the real heroes. He used that brief moment to troll her, It's really funny. You have to see it. You can easily look it up on YouTube, but I think it's objectively funny. Anyway, so Senator Karen, as many of you probably saw in my art, the thumbnail art for this show tonight, I gave Mrs. Senator Warren a big Karen cut on there. And anyone see that footage of her a couple of years ago when she started running for president, where she did like a Instagram live stream to appear and try to seem very relatable? And then she started it off. She said, "Oh, good evening. But before we get started, I'm gonna go get meself a beer." She said, "I'm gonna go get meself a beer." And I was like, this is not believable. And then you could hear her walking over to the kitchen fridge, and then while she was walking over there, it's like, "Oh, hi, Bob. It's my husband, Bob. He just happened to walk in." And then she introduced them, and she's like, "Would you like a beer, Bob?" He's like, "No, thanks. I'm good." It's like, "This is my lovely husband, Bob." And he's like, "Hi, guys." And he's like, "Are you sure you don't want a beer?" He's like, "Nope, I'm good." He's like, "Enjoy your beer." She's like, "I will enjoy my beer." It's like, this is the most scripted, corny thing ever. It was just very unintentionally funny. And then she would do those campaign, I remember in her stump speeches, she would say, "And once I get on that debate stage with Donald Trump, I'm gonna tell him, Trump, you tear down that wall." Just cringe, like, oh my gosh. Anyway, that's my Elizabeth Warren impersonation. I don't know how close it is. I think it's close enough, actually. But guys, if you haven't hit that like button, if I could just ask you to just take a second to do that. It takes a split second of your time, doesn't cost you a dime. Number one thing you can do to help this channel out and to reach more people. So thank you for that, guys. So this is hilarious. I mean, Elon just kind of burying her one after another with these tweets. Furthermore, it's just kind of not a really well thought out criticism. I think there's much smarter ways Mrs. Warren could have approached this in her criticisms. Fine. She has a philosophy, a perspective where she thinks there should be a more progressive taxation rate for the wealthiest among us. Fair enough. People can have reasonable debates and arguments about whether that's a good idea or not. But I think she really opened herself up when she tweeted that he pays no taxes and he's completely freeloading off the rest of us. To date, Elon Musk's tax rate is about 58%, folks. 58%. So imagine, multi-billionaire or not, when you are already giving your government nearly 60% of your net earnings, some people would think that's not enough yet. Other people would. So it just depends how you feel about that. But it's certainly nothing to sneeze at. Is my point. And she really opened herself up for a lot of criticism there. And look, if you're going to go up against the most powerful troll, largest platform troll on Twitter, what do you think is going to happen? So, what a dust up. And it's so funny to see the headlines on this. I think even what was trending on Twitter was Senator Karen. Senator Karen was trending on Twitter today. Let's go to The Hill, also covering it pretty amusingly. Musk hits back after Warren accuses him of freeloading. Elon Musk hit back at Senator Warren on Tuesday, saying she reminded him of an angry mom after the progressive senator accused the billionaire entrepreneur of freeloading on Monday. The news came after Musk was named Time's 2021 Person of the Year on Monday. At that time, Warren tweeted, "Let's change the rigged tax code so the Person of the Year will actually pay taxes and stop freeloading off everyone else." Just a very not well-conceived tweet right there. Can we agree that that wasn't a very well-conceived, a very overly simplistic take? I mean, if you're gonna step up to the plate and attack Musk, you better come with your A game. You better come with your A game. Musk followed up the next day telling her to stop projecting. In another tweet, the CEO of Tesla said, "Please don't call the manager on me, Senator Karen." The term Karen is a slang term that refers to a middle-aged woman who is angry and entitled. Don't call the manager on me, Senator Karen. Sherrod Brown and Primala Jalapal, I could be pronouncing his last name, mispronouncing his last name, decried the choice of Musk for the Time honor. Both accused the billionaire of not paying his fair share in taxes. "We cannot believe Time magazine just named Elon Musk Person of the Year," he said in a statement. "The richest person of the world, yet he avoids paying taxes while working families struggle to put food on the table and pay rent." These are such brain-dead takes. These are such overly simplistic brain-dead takes. I mean, this is like the kind of thing I would expect to hear from like a high school debate squad. I mean, at least know a little bit of what you're talking about. At least know a little bit what you're talking about. Furthermore, to be Person of the Year for Time magazine, this isn't particularly like something that is bestowed upon the recipient of that title. It's not synonymous that you're necessarily a good person. There's a particular dictator from World War II that got the Time Person of the Year from the 1940s as well. So they should know this, and they do know this, but they're counting on you not to know this so they can, take these partisan pop shots. And it's just, sorry for the stuttering. This is just the sort of salacious, overly simplified takes that I think causes more division with people. Okay. Because Time Person of the Year is the person that's been most influential on the world. That's kind of how they come to that conclusion, for better or otherwise, right? And I think that Time did a really good job, actually, uncovering it. They didn't really kiss his ass, but they didn't overly attack Elon Musk either. I think they did their best to try to portray a pretty balanced take on Elon Musk overall. I think they did a pretty nice job with it. Sherrod Brown accused Musk of union busting following a 2019 National Labor Board ruling that Tesla acted illegally for firing an employee to pushing unionize. I'm not even going to open that up because this is a whole other debate about whether you're pro or anti-union. I'm more of a moderate on the issue. I don't want to get too far into it, but I'm not full-throated pro, and I'm definitely not anti either. I think it's kind of a circumstantial thing. But let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Steele should have been on the cover of Time, says Zombie Doge Army. That would be pretty wild. I mean, what would they say about me? Eccentric live streaming YouTuber with 5,000 subscribers has taken the world by storm in 2021. I would give a funny interview. I'd give him that much. I know I could. Swift Pilot, I can't imagine paying 60%. Holy S. Yeah, that's the thing. So at that point, it just becomes a different philosophy. Now, we can have reasonable variances of opinion on that, right? Because there are people in this country who genuinely feel that if you are in the top 1%, you should be paying up to 95% of your taxation rate. And there was a brief period in time in American history where that was being done, mostly because we had to, from what my understanding, to help fund the war and stuff like that. But that was a kind of a temporary, more drastic measure. But it's just a difference in philosophy. Now, instead of throwing out these overly simplistic terms like not paying fair share or not paying any taxes or making claims like that or being a freeloader, let's just get down to the numbers. What are the numbers? And then let people decide from there. Do you think a billionaire should pay more than 60% of his or her income annually? Yes or no? Some people are going to say yes. Some people are going to say no, and let people make up their own minds from there. wouldn't politics just be a much more coherent, objectively fair evaluation of ideas if we could approach everything in that regard, right? Just data-driven arguments and data-driven positions, and let people make up their own mind when presented with the different opinions according to that data. I don't know. Anyway, I think I've exhausted that tangent, guys. And of course, The Guardian bashing Elon Musk today. That comes no surprise there, right? The Guardian. Naming Elon Musk's Person of the Year is Time's worst choice ever, says the critics. What critics? What critics? Probably the same people that Elon Musk always annoys. In my opinion, Elon Musk annoys all the people. In my opinion, Elon Musk gets under the skin of all the most annoying people in the world, for the most part. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. So there's always kind of like, you always kind of want to question narratives when it's put that way, right? When it's framed that way, when it's like the critics. Well, who specifically? Well, they. Well, who's they, right? Because many times, particularly in the mainstream media, blanket titles like that, it comes down to just like a small group of people. But they're trying to control and give the impression that there's a consensus behind what their personal opinion is of between a few folks from their outlet, right? Yeah, again, I don't understand how people think naming Elon Musk Person of the Year is the worst choice ever, because some people personally don't think that Elon Musk is a great person. A lot of other people do. I think more people think he's a great person than not. But again, it's kind of dumb, because getting the award to be Times Person of the Year isn't synonymous with being a good person. It just means you're the most influential person on the globe for that year, for the most part. For the most part, that's what it boils down to. So it's just like a really juvenile, irrelevant tantruming, in my opinion. I don't even know if tantruming is a word. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Jealous is a curse. Hey, Steven, great show. Elon loves to antagonize. Thank you, Golder. He loves to chide the hornet's nest, doesn't he? I think it makes it all that much more much more amusing. High tech, yeah, I read your comment there. Roger that. Person of the Year and endorsing Doge on the same day. Yeah, I think, and I went over this in my Twitter space earlier this morning, and I did a show early this morning in the wake of all this big news, and I do think it was rolled out brilliantly, and with the intent that it ended up playing out at. So Elon Musk nominated as Times Person of the Year yesterday. Consequently, the interview also came out with Time, where unprovoked, Elon Musk said Dogecoin is better for transactional use than Bitcoin, which completely rocked the entire crypto world. And then here we had the very next day, right? Elon Musk announcing on Twitter that Tesla is going to begin accepting Dogecoin for some of its merchandise. It's kind of like the twin spin, the back-to-back double feature, right? The double feature of Dogementum. Double feature of Dogementum. Excuse me, guys. A little bit of acid reflux today. Moving on. This is kind of funny. Grimes calls Elon Musk an icon for cutting his own hair for the Time cover. Who needs the glam squad? Elon Musk was named Times Person of the Year, gracing its cover with a slick back, half-shaved hairstyle. If you like Elon Musk's new haircut, press 1. If you don't like it, press 2. As he cut his own hair for this pick, too, Icon, the 33-year-old Delete Forever singer. That's right, she does have a single called Delete Forever, with whom Elon shares a 1-year-old son, tweeted in response to the cover shop, "No stylist, no makeup either. Musk 50 replied on Tuesday. He also confirmed on Twitter last week that the dramatic chop was a DIY job. He even cut Baby X's hair in a similar mohawk, and although that hasn't stopped social media from maligning his own barber skills, one person compared Musk's look to Jean-Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg from The Fifth Element. As if, I don't know, I don't think that's an insult by any means. As an apparent dig, though the SpaceX founder said he was slightly aiming for that. See, I thought he was aiming for that. In the movie, Zorg, the founder and owner of the weapons manufacturing company, and secretly works for the ultimate evil. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I like it. Let's see what you guys think in the chat here. Bang Stun says, I'm giving it a number 1. I'm asking my barber for the Elon Musk cut next visit. Nice. Looks like one's all around for the most part. One's all around. I think it looks good. I think it's a bold move that played out well. And obviously I think he got it for the right before the timepiece was going to hit with the photo shoots and the interview and stuff like that. I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool. Moving on, CNBC reporting, Elon Musk's stock sales could total $18 billion by the end of the year. Elon sold more than $906 billion in Tesla stock on Monday. As of Tuesday morning, he has sold more than $12 billion of his shares, according to sources close to him. Based on his 10% target, Musk will likely only sell another $5 billion before the year is out. Yet, if he has other cash plans or needs, the sales could rocket even higher. And folks, I really think that they are going to. Next story, Gizmodo. Crypto prices seemingly jump by billions of dollars as coin market cap goes absolutely berserk. Coin market cap, a prime source for tracking the prices of crypto, experienced issues, that's putting it mildly, on Tuesday that made countless of people fake rich. No, you're not a trillionaire, it writes, but you'd be forgiven for soiling your trousers when you took a peek at the price of your favorite cryptocurrency investments on CoinMarketCap Tuesday afternoon. The CoinMarketCap squashed the dreams of crypto investors around 5 p.m. on Tuesday when it explained in a tweet that the shocking jump in price of a variety of cryptocurrencies was due to price issues and wasn't real. Our website, this was their explanation, our website was currently undergoing price issues, the company tweeted earlier Tuesday evening. We are currently investigating and will update this status when we have more information. And such, it's currently unclear whether this was a security incident or simply a glitch. We've reached out to CoinMarketCap for an explanation. Folks, it wouldn't surprise me if this was a situation of a disgruntled employee or an employee on their way out wanting to troll CoinMarketCap. To me, it just kind of reeks like one of those things. It seems like a disgruntled employee pulling something like this. But like all of you, I was very surprised to learn that I was suddenly worth about $1 trillion upon waking up. And that joy and that elation lasted for maybe 5 seconds before it dawned on me. I'm sure this is a glitch. I'm sure there's no way this could even be close to correct. And it wasn't, and I'm sure many people tried cashing out. Unfortunately, I bet a lot of people actually cashed out unnecessarily because they're not going to get any added gains from doing that and probably lost very advantageous positions consequentially. But yeah, that was a really fun thing that happened. I think it's still going on as well. So I don't think it's been resolved yet, has it? PC Mag also reported on this. Own any cryptocurrency? You were briefly filthy rich due to a price glitch. The glitch caused the value of a single Bitcoin to reach almost $900 billion. This has to have been a troll. This has to have been a troll from an ex-employer and employee on the way out. There's just no way. There's no way. Let's move on. We definitely got a few more stories to tackle. Futurism reports high testosterone link to, I don't want to say the word. I don't like using too much cursed language on the channel here, but let's just say an F-boy. High testosterone linked to F-boy behavior, scientists say. Surprise, manly men are bigger a-holes. Well, that's certainly a disparaging co-headline. Well, let me read a little bit more into this, and I'll give you guys a bit of my thoughts on it. A SciPost reports a recent study out of HEC Montreal complicates previous research associating high T levels with business success by linking the hormone with unethical behavior in sexual scenarios and or popular lexicon comportment that might be characterized by the word F-boy, which refers to oftenly promiscuous men who treat the women they date as disposable. Published in a British Journal of Psychology, the resulting study found that a positive correlation between high T levels and a willingness to engage in unethical behavior became when it came to intersexual competition, the psychobabble term for when two or more men are vying for a woman's attention. So, which is it? Which is it? I have a lot of thoughts going through my mind as I read an article like this. The jury is still out, however, whether high T levels are related to being incapable of returning a text message. I feel like this was written by the lost cast member of Sex and the City. A little bit biased against us men with the high T levels. And last time I checked my T levels, they're sitting pretty high for a man my age. So I feel attacked. Ladies and gentlemen. For every pro, there can be a con, right? And there are a lot of tremendous advantages, and I would argue that there's a lot of tremendous societal advantages to having high testosterone men in your society. In fact, I do think it's integral to a certain degree. I'm not saying that doesn't come with its challenges, right? But I think it's a pretty biased article. I mean, you could easily also write a article about women with extra high estrogen levels and what attributes perhaps correspond with that and why that's just blanket a bad thing. But I don't think you'd find many straight men anyway that would want to see women with low estrogen levels, okay? So let's not let perfection be the enemy of the good. That's about all I have to say about that. Let's see here. Next article, folks. The Daily Wire. Daily Wire reports, and not just the Daily Wire, I saw this in a few other outlets as well. Spielberg flops. Abysmal West Side Story opening weekend. Blamed on the COVID. Spielberg, argued the most famous and accomplished film director in the world, has a massive flop on his hands, despite an aggressive advertising campaign, and it was aggressive. I saw those ads everywhere. West Side Story pulled a measly $10.5 million on opening weekend. That is really bad. For a Spielberg opening day, that is abysmal, you guys. According to Variety, the film would need to generate $300 million in revenue just to break even. It's got a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you're talking about a film that very well might not break even at this point, a Spielberg film. There's probably not one single explanation for what made West Side Story such a massive flop, but various outlets have begun posting theories about what happened, and they're quick to blame the pandemic for the lack of viewership. The biggest obstacle facing West Side Story, and will continue to be, convincing older audiences to go to theaters, the Variety writer explained. Along with families, its main demographic hasn't returned in full force since the pandemic, particularly at a time when the new variant has emerged. Okay, fair enough. I do think that this is fair reasoning. I do think this is playing a significant role in not just ticket sales and the success of the remake of West Side Story, but all movie sales. That being said, we've also seen some pretty bullish opening days despite the pandemic for other films, though not as much as, of course, it normally would be without the conditions that we find ourselves in. But that being said, to say that it has nothing to do with the quality of film or the lack of likability of the film, and Variety magazine not even attempting to explore that as one of the reasons seems to be kind of lazy and kind of dishonest to not, frankly, to not even entertain that as one of the aspects of why this film's not doing well. I certainly think it's an aspect. I saw a trailer and I was pretty underwhelmed, but then again, I'm not really big on musicals. I'm not a big musical guy, so maybe I'm not the best person to ask. Plus, I don't know, it was just like, seemed to be a lot of kind of usual kind of like pandering in the film too. But I say this as someone who grew up on Spielberg films. I love Spielberg. Most notably his work throughout the 80s. But so I think it's multifaceted. I would attribute it to the pandemic and the entire industry evolving, and that as a response to our new lifestyles around that, and it probably just not being very good. It's just interesting to me how so many of our mainstream media outlets just can't say sometimes if it comes from people within their circles. If a piece of art or a film sucks, they just can't say it. They won't say it sucks. And we saw that most notably with Santa Inc. starring Sarah Silverman and Seth Rogen. You know Seth Rogen, the one-trick pony. Got any weed, bro? That's all the guy does. Anyway, we didn't see any, we hardly saw, rather, any articles criticizing the film, even though it was like, it's the worst rated holiday film of all time, right? It's just certain people are very trepidatious to, throw any constructive criticism their way. I'll leave it there. But this is kind of unfortunate because Steven Spielberg is obviously a brilliant mind. He's responsible for a plethora of great films and filmmaking. But I would be very surprised if I saw another Steven Spielberg film that he is responsible for that I think is actually really good before he leaves this planet. I just seen the trajectory of everything, and we're getting less and less quality entertainment out of the geographical locations that we've accustomed to it coming from. And I think people are turning to alternatives. They want more variety, and they want different approaches to things. And independent content creators are thriving like never before, and for good reason. Esteban says, you were right, Steven, that right now is the best time to jump on the Dogecoin mining game. Yes, indeed. Did you take decisive action doing that, Esteban? Let me know. I think right now is an incredibly advantageous time to be a Dogecoin miner, and I think it will continue to be so. So those of you who have been taking decisive action to be miners, all the best to you. I think it's I think we're in an incredible time for that. Next story here. This one's kind of wild. This one's kind of funny. Family finds deadly snake living in a Christmas tree, courtesy of New York Post. And there's footage of this thing, and it's creepy, and it's slithering around. And this father braved it and kind of chided the snake out from the tree. It came slithering down and then onto the floor from being dead in the middle of the tree, and finally managed it to get it outside of their home. But it was a deadly snake, and he actually picks it up at one point to handle the snake by its tail. The footage is really it's really uncomfortable because you never expect a big poisonous snake to come slithering out of your Christmas tree. It's a Christmas miracle nobody got hurt, the New York Post writes. Well, administering what a good job they had done putting up and decorating their Christmas tree, family noticed something strange poking its head out from behind an ornament. The most poisonous snake in South Africa. The most poisonous snake in South Africa in your Christmas tree. You better not pout. You better not cry. Because there's a poisonous South African snake in your Christmas tree. We were admiring our work when my wife, Marcella, pointed to our 2 cats and said she thought there might be a mouse in the tree and that they were staring at it. The 55-year-old father, Rob Wild, told the South African-based family's unpleasant discovery. They often bring gifts in from the farm and we live on, so Marcella went to have a look and moved a babble and saw the snake's head staring right back at her. So she moved an ornament, you guys. Imagine this. She moved an ornament, shifted, and then all of a sudden the poisonous snake just went, right? Just like this. Face to face, eyes to eyes, right out of the Christmas tree. Holy 3D. A quick internet search revealed that the reptile was the nation's most venomous snake. Yeah, it is a miracle nobody got hurt, nobody got bit. That is wild stuff, guys. Wild stuff. Let's see what else is going on in the chat. I think I'm caught up. With you guys. Oh yeah. Also, this one comes courtesy of CoinDesk. CoinDesk reporting, get ready for the 2022 Metaverse real estate boom. This time last year, if someone said, I'll sell you a plot of virtual land for 1 ETH, most of us would have told them to kick sand. Now, a year later, most of us are finding out that we are the ones kicking sand and not virtual sand in the sandbox. Everyone in blockchain wants to be early and ahead of the curve. To everyone who believes they missed out on the latest blockchain gold rush virtual land, think again. A more efficient, scalable future in the intersection of blockchain and real estate is being built as we speak, and it's not solely confirmed, or rather confined to Ethereum. Just talks about how there's metaverses being built out for Polkadot and Cardano, Kasuma, Solano, and Tezos as well. And that 2022 is predicted to be a boom for metaverse virtual property under those separate blockchains. I think it's worth keeping an eye on, you guys. I'm going to continue to see the evolution of this. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that buying a virtual property on those blockchains is a foregone conclusion, great investment, but I see massive potential. I'm going to keep an eye on it, guys. It might be worth even just one, if you buy one plot of virtual land on one of those blockchains, if you want to play things a bit more cautiously. Anyway, that's about all I got for tonight, guys. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in tonight. And don't forget, get 5 free stocks through the Weeble partnership link pinned at the top of the chat, you guys. Take advantage of that. That only goes until December 24th, and then it goes back down to 2 stocks, which is still a great deal. But 5 stocks is insane. I've never seen Weeble do anything like that before. So, you know, those 5 stocks could be worth up to $8,000, you guys. So just an incredible deal there. So definitely something you guys want to consider. Anyway, if you, I'll see you guys on Twitter. I'm sure most of you are already connected to me there. I will be back tomorrow night. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in. We have got the Doge Momentum with us. We've got so much to be excited about moving forward on this channel, in our community, and everywhere else going forward into 2022. Thanks a lot, guys. Stay positive, and we will see you soon. This is your man, Real Deal, Steven Steele, signing out.